What's up, guys? It's Ebmarah. I'm back for AllThings140, and today I'm going to be interviewing. And if you could introduce yourself.
I'm Nick Sloan with Corrosive Records. I do A&R over there for those wonderful boys.
Nice. Is there anything else you do, or is it, what else, is like other things you do for the scene, or are you just A&R for this label?
So I do harm reduction a lot with Headbanger Helpers. So I'm on the X team for Lost Lands. Haven't got the offer for Base Canyons yet. Um, I run a harm reduction team for Beyond the Void Music Festival. I do DJing stuff under the moniker Viverum, and
Okay.
that's about it.
Okay, that gives me a little idea of what kind of questions to ask. What is your biggest pet peeve? Let's just start off right there.
Biggest pet peeve is somebody being difficult to work with. Like,
Yo,
we're just gonna dive right into that. So,
please.
if you're submitting a track to a label, you want to be as easy to work with as possible because you want to work with these people multiple times. You don't want it to just be a one and done thing.
Yep.
And where a lot of people struggle with is with their egos, and they let that ego be like, oh, I know exactly what the best move is here and what the best move is there. No, no, they don't. They're just letting their ego get in their head and say, I know better than the people that have been training their entire lives for this.
To do this, yep. Trust the labels, and it doesn't have to be complicated when you send music to a label. You the subject should be your production name, the title of your track, and then the subject line should be the private link to your track that's downloadable, and
Absolutely.
then a link tree. You don't even need to give them information about yourself. They can ask you that information in DMs if they want it. For the most part, you just want to keep it straight to the point, because when you have a whole bunch of shit, like, it's just like, a lot for them to look at, from what I've noticed.
It is like at most you want to send about like 5, 6 tracks at a time because sometimes if you send like one or two, 9 times out of 10, that label isn't going to fuck with those 2 tracks.
Yep.
So you want to send them multiple tracks. So just in case tracks A and B, they don't mess with, but track F, oh
Yep.
man, track they're fucking with heavy.
Yep.
Like they're going to probably sign that.
Lately, I've been kind of doing it like that, where I've been setting up like demo playlists to send out to labels rather than just sending, like, thinking, oh, this track might be really good to send to a label. Let me send it to, let me, what I used to do was I would send a track to one label, and then I would give them, I would say, like, 2 weeks to respond to a month. If they don't respond within those, like, within that time period, then I don't, like, obviously I don't send them another email, but I send it to another label. And if that label doesn't respond in a month, then I send it to another label. And if no labels respond by the time I've sent it to, like, the last label after that month, then I think about scheduling it as a solo release, because
Yep.
that might as well at that point. But it's
Because
just like, what's,
point
sorry, keep going. What?
career, if you're not releasing your own tunes, if a
Yep.
label's saying, yo, we don't want this, go ahead and self-release it, you're still going to get listens and streams on that.
Yep.
That in the long run is going to help you better,
Yep.
and that'll show to labels that you have a release history.
Yep. And like, not all labels are the same, to where the some labels go for people that it's going to benefit both of them. Like, so the label's going to benefit you with views, and you're also going to benefit them with people. There's some labels that'll go just strictly off of talent. There's some labels that'll only reach out to people. But like, with most labels, you gotta like, I think people should, yeah, just fucking be as professional as possible. And why not try to get as many tracks as you can onto a label? Why go for just one? that that mentality never made sense to me.
It still doesn't make sense to me, and I'm only in the label industry for like 3 weeks. Like it just blows my mind that people are like, I only want one track. That's it. Just
Yeah,
one.
like, I'd Mm-mm.
No, you got to have more than just one, because if you're just giving one, it's just showing you're a one trick pony,
Yep.
or you're somebody that we used to know.
Yep. Exactly. You're gonna be the. You're gonna. So, would you consider yourself an introvert and extrovert?
I would like to say that I'm an introverted extrovert.
Yo,
That's the way to really put that. Like, I have my moments where I like to be in my shell, and then there's times where I'm outgoing as fuck. Like, if I'm on site at an event or something, I am just balls to the wall energy. Like, it is insane the amount of people I talk to at a show versus when I'm at home,
yeah,
where I
no.
literally like saying three people every fucking day. it, it's just wild, and I think that's the case for a lot of industry folk, really. Like,
No, it is. It is.
a
Like,
lot of neurodivergent as fuck,
yep.
and I've realized that. And some of us just don't have the spoons to be as sociable as a lot of other people, but we like to mingle around with everybody and pick each other's brains and figure out what makes each other tick and how we can do better.
Yeah, no, exactly. Um, yeah, that's something I've also been figuring out a lot lately. Well, just spending time in the scene is a lot of people are neurodivergent, and that to be clear, that also that basically means that they're somewhere on the spectrum, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
somewhere on.
okay, yes. Just to be clear for certain, because like I so speaking of, like last year, at the end of last year, I recently found out that I am certain, like sort of on the spectrum. I'm slightly on there, but
Okay.
and I've noticed that like with this industry, being direct to people is gonna benefit you a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like most of us like directness, and that's one of those things that comes with being on the spectrum that I've noticed is like beating around the bush never works with
Oh, it
anybody
never
in
works.
this scene.
You got to be.
You got to be direct. You got it's and like so and for instance, like and for example, if a label is giving you feedback on a track, they're not giving it to you because they think your music is shit. They're giving it to you because they want to release the song that you're sending to them, but it needs to have that fixed in order for you to do it.
Exactly. Like, I really wish a lot of artists would not take to heart the constructive criticism. Like, it is constructive for a reason. We want you to get better, to build your sound
Exactly.
to a production level that you haven't been doing before. And it's nothing against you. It's all to do with what I don't want to say what we want to hear, but what we want to hear you
You.
personally produce.
Yep. And I also want to add that there is a complete difference between like constructive criticism and a label trying to give you advice on how to increase the quality of your music, like production wise, compared to trying to control your creative
Exactly.
vision. Like a lot of, I think where the ego comes in is a label or anybody will give a producer some advice, and they'll take that as like you're doing it wrong, do it this way, and they like that's them think they start to think that they're being told, like, how to creatively control their product, which is not the case,
It's
especially when, like, for instance, I don't know about most people, but for me, for the longest time, I was producing on the shittiest speakers, and at the beginning of producing, I was producing on laptop fucking the built-in laptop speakers, no headphones. I didn't know what sub bass was. Like, like I did not know what sub bass was. I would send people my tracks and they'd be like, I hear no sub. I'm like, I don't either. Like, what do you mean? There's a sub
what
in
is
music?
something?
Like, what the fuck? Like, I have to put sub in this. But so it's just like, you like, if most people that have a label, they, especially the people that are scoping out, like people like you that are scoping out songs, they're gonna listen to it on different types of stuff to to test the different, playability on different speakers. And if they're telling you that something's not hitting, or the sub's too crunchy, it's not them trying to control your creativity. They're trying to tell you, like, hey, you need to fix this, because like if someone, like if Excision was to download this tomorrow and play it at Lost Lands, you could potentially destroy their sound system with your sub.
That that's exactly what it is. Like, we care about people's if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like, we don't want somebody to say, "Yo, I've been producing for say 10 years," and they submit a track and it's super clippy. Like, first off, I'd tell them, "Yo, please remaster this because it's not where it needs to be." And also, don't send me something that's mixed down as poorly as this.
Yeah.
If you're saying that you have this much experience, you better show it. Like,
Exactly.
people like to think that they know better. And again, we're going back to the ego.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a big thing, especially with artists and labels. Like, some artists will be like, "No, I totally disagree. This master is one
Perfect.
that my work." And then there's me listening to it on the sixth sound system, and I can still hear 7 frequencies that sound awful. And I'm like, "Yo, if this is your best work, I'd love to hear your worst."
Right? Like, can you send me the stuff you were making when you first started, if this is your best?
Right.
Like, what's going on here? Like, I feel like I'm gonna make a video soon, like showcasing the very first song I released publicly, and then my most recent project, and just the
That would be
difference.
know the progress from, hey, this is how I was when I first started. Now look at what I'm doing.
Exactly. So it's just like it shows people that. But so if you can live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Ibiza,
Wh-
Spain, hands
Okay,
down.
okay, 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 okay. Do
I'm
you?
I'm really big into the house and trance scenes, and Ibiza has always just been a bucket list place for me to visit.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, I just love that party atmosphere over there. Like, there's no better way to just say it seems like a good time. And there was a show on Netflix. I fucking forget what it was called, but it's about a DJ in Ibiza. Um,
I
one of my
think,
buddies hooked on it, but it was pretty cool. It opened up my eyes to the real scene out there, and I was like, "Yo, I,
yo, I want to
I kind of."
go. What does your morning routine look like?
You said what?
What does your morning routine look like?
Okay. So we start the day off with my roommate's cat harassing me by cutting my face until I wake up and give him the lovings that he is demanding, followed shortly by self regret of why the hell did I wake up and now I'm going to work.
Yo.
Then pack it along and say, "Fuck it. We're going to raw dog this day and hope to God that nothing goes wrong."
Yo.
Something goes wrong, I don't know about you, but I fly off the handle from 0 to 100 real fucking quick.
Same.
And that's kind
Same.
of bipolar disorder. So, like, it every day is kind of the same routine, but it's also kind of different in respect to every day is a flip of a coin.
Yep.
And I
Yo.
don't know which way it's going to go.
Same. I can relate there very, very hard. I wake up, I have the same exact routine sort of every single day, but who the fuck knows how that shit's gonna go.
Exactly.
If I gonna get shit. Oh man. Um I feel like a lot of people in the scene though can completely relate to that, because it's just like, you know what I mean? uh,
Right.
there's like three, either you're working a super scheduled job, so you're either like busting your ass most of the week doing that and then juggling time to focus on your craft, or you have like more time to focus on your craft, so you're focusing around that, or you're like me that has absolutely like all the time on your hands and like just devotes nothing but time to this, and it's just like, you know what I mean, it's enough to
Like,
drive you crazy no matter what portion of this you're in.
right. Like I'm part of the part that has a full-time job outside of here, and but fucking hate it. I can't to say fuck you to my full time and go full time music. Like that day is coming. It's gonna be here sooner than I hope. But I know that once I can say fuck the A to Z people, I will be so happy.
Same, yo, same, and I'm super excited to watch everybody get there. That's the thing about this scene that I think people forget about. There's enough, like, to use the term, there's enough food for everybody to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people get so, like, the scene, especially in dubstep, like, or in EDM lately, everybody's been so like gatekeepy about like blowing up, like
Oh yeah.
they only bring their very close friends, like that, like,
But to get
I understand that that's never going to completely change, but people need to be a lot more like open about the fact that like we can all eat in here and be fine.
that's right. Like people tend to think that there's only enough room in the scene for five, six big acts, when in reality, from the multiple states that I've been to for music, I have seen well over 30 acts that I'm like, yo, how the fuck haven't these guys blown up yet?
Right. Yeah.
Like, why aren't they playing Lost Lands? Why aren't they at Electric Forest? Like, this is just fucking beyond me. But then I start talking to them and I start realizing that the reasons they're in the industry just are totally pure.
Yep.
And they don't want to blow up that fast because it would just break their vision. And that's what I wish a lot of really bigger artists would just be humble and remember that you guys are people too.
Yep.
Like we are all humans. We don't need to have this big old head on us saying like you you either fall in line or you don't succeed. Like that's
Not
not
the
right.
case. Nope. It's not true
That's
at all.
it's not how this industry was made. This industry was made to give everybody a shot and to see what you can do. And that's how I believe. I believe everybody has the same opportunity
Yep.
to succeed as the next person.
No, exactly. Exactly. And I also, damn, I had a point, but then I lost it. I'm gonna
My
actually not smoke this joint right now. I had a point. I had it, and it's gone. But no, the scene, like it. There's so many aspects of the scene that are, and I understand that we're still sort of like in our infancy. Like
Mhm.
we still got plenty of years to grow. I'm just trying to get it back, but it's not coming. It was a good point, but it'll
I
eventually come back. We'll wrap back around to it. But what's your favorite movie, and what does it say about you?
oh man, my favorite movie. Oof. I that's a hard one. There's good ones. But
I want
I
people
don't
to get to know you.
Avatar.
Ooh, Avatar. Okay, so the
The
obviously the
Way of
original.
Water. The Blue People Avatar. Not the M. Night Shyamalan ding dong bullshit.
Yeah.
But that movie, it so story about that. I went to go see that when it came out with my sister's fiance, and we had both ate about an eighth of mushrooms. And we're sitting there in IMAX 3D. We felt like we were a whole nother fucking planet, my dude.
Sheesh.
That movie was absolutely beautiful. And we were able to read in between the lines and actually connect what's going on in there to what's actually happening here in our world. And like, there's so much shit that us as humans have caused our planet. And we really need to change that because if not, we're all going to fucking die and it's going to be our own damn fault.
Yep. It's going to be our own damn fault. Although I'm also getting to the point where I'm scared that like we've already done too much damage that even if we stop now, the progression's already there.
Oh,
Like
yeah. Like,
like
there's still time,
we
but
might we might be able to give ourselves as much time as we can, but we've destroyed the planet to the point where it's
it's
definitely like we're fucked very
beyond,
soon.
exactly. It's fucked beyond repair at this point. But we can do as much as we can to stave off the damage and hope that we can colonize Mars, which I hope Space Daddy Elon figures that out
Yo,
soon.
same. Shout outs to Elon for trying to help us. Yo, actually, this is a little bit of a cheat, but I found out and heard. I haven't like looked into this yet, but I heard Elon Musk owns a website that is like an AI powered like generated website where you ask it questions or give it prompts. So, for example,
Right. See, I remember a few years ago, he put out a call on Twitter that Tesla was looking for AI developers. He didn't care if you had a college degree or not. He was looking to advance AI, something serious back in like 2018.
and so
I want
check it out. This website and this is going to be like so for instance for people in the industry that might be really talented producers but really lacking on the networking end or like figuring out good posts to network your shit to promote your shit. Elon Musk apparently owns a website. I forgot what it's called, but you give this AI a prompt. So, for example, you can say, "I need a paragraph long or paragraph or shorter uh, post like Excision, Skrillex, blah blah blah. Insert name of your favorite artist here that you make music like." To promote my newest release, and then the AI will bloop, 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 build you a post that is basically like something Excision or something your favorite artist would say,
what the
and
fuck?
yeah, and you just copy paste that shit.
Oh, that's see now. Now we're stepping into territory where I'm gonna say AI has a lot of power right now, and
I don't like it.
I don't either. Like, would I personally use an AI to help me edit photography? Yes. Yes, I would. I would train an AI to edit like I do
That would be sick. That would
so
be
that
fucking sick.
time. Like, I think, yeah, in certain aspects, AI is helpful.
But
But now we're stepping into territory where it's going to help people to get better positioning in the algorithms
yep,
just because it's writing like
yep,
except
yep,
really
yep.
whoever, you know.
It's basically gonna surf those people's fucking social medias, find all of the best like
What
hashtags they
the fuck is
use.
intellectual property anymore?
Yep,
It,
yep.
it, it's fucking wild.
It's we're getting to a crazy point. We're getting to a fucking wild point. There, once AI music creation advances and you can just have an AI create shit, I'm already gonna get to the point where like I'll sign up for that and have it build my intros for me. Like
Oh.
I've been making intros for 10 years. I don't know about other producers, but like I've gotten to the point where like I get bored making intros because like I'm either like so burnt out from it or I can't think of an idea or I've already feel like I've made this intro before.
Yeah.
So it's just like if I had an AI program where I just like gave it a prompt where I was just like, I kind of want an intro that sounds like a Skrillex song, but it sounds like fucking Dr. Dre made the intro, and I just need the intro,
Yeah.
and it just build the intro and build up for me, and now I just slap in the drop. Oh my god, like
That
I'm doing it.
that'd be a game changer.
It
And
would.
I feel like it'd be another sync button argument
Yep,
though.
it would definitely be it. And you know what? I'd be on the side of the argument that'd be like, I don't give a fuck. Tell me I'm using
It's
the
a
sig
tool
button.
used. Like, why aren't you using it?
Yeah, well, utilize it if it's there. Stupid. Don't
Right,
complain about it.
right. Like, but then again, it's what's intellectual property at that point?
Yep. We're getting to a point where there's gonna be no such thing. If you're posting on the internet, you need to realize that you don't have intellectual property anymore.
Exactly.
Like that shit's gone unless you copyright every post you make.
Mhm.
Like okay, for instance, if you copyright your brand and your Facebook is your brand, then theoretically everything you post on Facebook is I would imagine that would be copyrighted underneath your brand, right? So
I,
now
I think,
theoretically you own your posts.
yeah.
So like protect your posts, people, because now the shit you say isn't even gonna be the shit you say no more.
Yep.
But
Right.
we could that's the scary thing about AI is we could go into that for hours. But
Oh,
what is your favorite childhood
me and my,
memory?
me and
Sorry,
my
what?
whole 7 hour conversation about AI in Detroit. It was
Jeez, yeah, yeah. I've had plenty. I've had way too many conversations where it was just like, fucking way too many hours about AI.
it, like I've seen iRobot one too many times.
Same,
I know what happens.
same,
I
same.
know what it's all leading to.
Any movie that has I've legitimately at times Googled like any like movies that are about AI or have AI themes, and I've tried to watch every single movie that has an AI theme in it just to see all of the different
Oh yeah,
imaginations people have about it. Because yeah, iRobot really freaked me out because we're almost there.
we are. It's getting dangerously close.
Dangerously close, and that's like we already got. Oh my god, we got when I watched iRobot, I think that was the first time I saw a car that could drive itself,
Yeah.
and I was just like, damn, that'd be sick if we could ever have that.
Like one day these AIs are going to take over, and it's going to be like an episode of Doctor Who, and the cars are going to start killing people.
Yep, cars are
And
gonna start killing people. You're gonna be stepping into your sauna in the morning to take that little nice little sauna bath, and your AI is gonna be like, well, the takeover starts today, so you're not getting out of here. If you want to get
yeah,
out, conform or die. And then you're
they're going to
gonna
be mobs.
slowly start turning up the heat and shit. Oh yeah, I'm fucking nope. That's why I whenever I go to someone's house that like they have like a smart house or they have like Alexa set up and all that shit, I'm
I
like
don't.
you,
I want
mm-mm, I'm not setting up my house on any of that shit. Nope,
me either, dude.
nope, never. Not no. I don't give a fuck. My
Like that,
house, I'll have a bell on the outside of my house to ring the doorbell if it comes down to it. Like, uh-uh.
the way technology is advancing is at a very exponential and incredible rate. Now that we're about to have nuclear fusion energy within the next like 3 to 5 years.
Oh god, that's gonna be scary.
It's gonna be amazing. We're
It's
gonna
gonna be
have
amazing, but oh shit. Imagine one of those going down.
see, but with yeah, I'd be like the sun, but ooh,
Chernobyl, but like way worse.
well, the Earth would just be gone.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Okay, true. Yeah, see,
So,
we're playing with fire.
right,
Oh,
but we're doing it in small scale experiments right now to do it, and
we
it's
can hope.
getting done. I like it. I like to see it. You know, it used to just be science fiction at one point. Now it's almost
Almost a reality. Shit. Hopefully by the time I'm like on my deathbed, I want to see people going out to space like Star Trek type shit,
Mhm.
where we just got fucking big ass spaceships just flying out to space, coming back in. That'd be sick.
One of my long-term goals for the industry is to be one of the first DJs to throw a set on Mars.
That'd be sick.
But if I can't settle for Mars, I will settle for the moon.
The moon, Lost in Space Lands.
Oh my god, dude. That'd be
That
fun.
would fucking, dude. That would be fucking sick. Like,
No,
come on
no.
now. Rave ships, like fucking rave
Like,
ships. Like, you know how they have cruises where you could go on like a big yacht cruise where they have a bunch of DJs on it, but like fucking spaceships.
oh yeah. Like
That like, oh
look at
man.
about now.
If you could actually, I'm just gonna, since we're on this topic, if you could put your consciousness into a robot and live it like forever, would you do it?
No,
You wouldn't?
no.
Why not?
I wouldn't like to see everybody that I love die and me
Well,
keep living. Like, what's the point of life if everybody that I love is dead and I'm the only one?
think about it
Like,
though. Say it's affordable. Say so if we're able to do it, you or it would be to the point where I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be able to do it. So all of your loved ones and anybody that you would actually be like you care about, you could convince them to do it too. So
I mean,
like in that, if it would that be, if that were the case, would you do it?
it'd be worth it at that point. Yeah.
Because then
At that
it like, and also the way I'm like looking at it, since you're a fucking robot, like you can just turn off
point,
at any point.
urban type shit.
Yeah, just fucking turn the switch off at any point. You guys all want to like, okay, we've been living for 1,000 years. It's
It's
getting
time to
kind
come.
of boring. Just shut off. Ooh, have a reboot so like you can fucking go to sleep for like put yourself in sleep mode for a little bit, like cryo sleep, but like,
Yeah.
oh, that'd be sick. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Ooh. Um. Oh, favorite childhood memory. Uh, I was like 12 years old, and we went down to Florida, and in one day, in an 18-foot square area, I found like 317 shark teeth. And I was just like, what the hell is life right now? Like, that's what I
Holy
thought.
shit.
So, I was just like, yo, there's a shitload of shark teeth right here. This is pretty cool. But young me was also very easy to please.
Yo, same, same. I
You
love
could have had a dick dangling in front of my face, and I would have just been entertained for hours.
back in that day it was not hard to entertain kids.
Swear.
Now the attention span is
Oh,
so destroyed because of
lit.
fucking, oh god. Like oh my, I love my younger cousins and all that shit, but I cannot get along with some of them because of the fact that they're like they cannot look up from their phone for more than five
Yeah,
seconds, and I'm just like, can you have a conversation? Like,
yeah.
what generation are you from? Are you guys okay? Okay, I'll text you. Like, we'll just sit here in the same room and text each other, and you know what I mean? Send each other TikTok videos because that's what we do these days. And it's just like, what the fuck? That's where we're at now.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, some of my favorite childhood memories were shit that I was doing outside.
Yeah, big
Uh,
same.
uh when did you first realize that you wanted to be like that you wanted to be part of the scene in any way, shape, or form?
So that happened. So I started in the scene in 2021, and then worked with a music festival here in Indiana, Beyond the Void, for their first year. I did photography for them.
Okay.
And night one, the pre-party, it started raining during the closing laser show, and it looked
Ooh,
like diamonds falling out of the sky from the laser.
that's
And then last year, there was a meteor shower the night of the pre-party. We didn't know this. We didn't plan on it, but a fucking meteor had come down and soared right over the festival grounds. it
That's sick.
ignited in me like, yo, there's some magic in this scene. Like I want to see what all I can do. Like I was just starting artist hospitality last year and I fell in love with so many producers. Like not just their music, but getting to interact with them on a personal level and still on a daily basis talking to them. Like there are some really beautiful people in this scene and they don't get enough credit. Like that's what made me want to keep working with them and keep working at this scene.
That's amazing. We need more people like you working at labels and working with the scene because, like, at the current moment, a lot of the people that are doing it are the people that are just in it for the money.
Oh yeah, like
And
if you
it's super transparent. Some of them think they're being sly about it, but
mhm. Like I've worked with a few people that were just in it for the money, and like you can tell, like yeah, they're gonna be making money, but what at what risk?
right.
Like, are you really enjoying what you're doing, or do you just like hate yourself for selling it?
Exactly. And it's just like some of the people, the thing that and I get that, you know, if you're like, so people that like own repost chains or pay for promotion, like, you know, if you're one of those people that sell promotion,
Mm-hmm.
like, you have to take into consideration the people you're selling promotion to. Some of the people, not even excluding myself, like some of the people you're selling to, they debate whether or not like they're gonna eat good that month
Yep.
or they're gonna promote their release with you because you charge an arm and a leg for it.
Right.
And it's just like, you know what I mean? I get I get the fact that, you know, some of these people, they have really big chains or really big promotion capabilities,
Right.
but it's just like, I think you need to, instead of having a completely flat rate for your promotion, you need to start thinking of like price lines for people and like either their income level or the level they are within the scene, because
Right.
it's just like you cannot be selling the same price to say Excision that you'd sell to like someone like, for example, me, because it's,
Right.
you know what I mean, I don't make the same kind of money off my music as Excision. And it's
Like
just like, you know, if I want to work with you and you have a really big chain, but I can't because, you know, say you charge like $400 at the lowest, it's just
right.
like, you know, how is someone that is struggling to make ends meet gonna do something like that? They have to like, what, they have to put money aside for a couple of years in order to save up enough money to release for 1 year, like.
That so with that, I'd say limit yourself to either self releases or get really good at networking because it's really about we all of the shit. Because 9 times out of 10, if you pay for something, yeah, you're gonna see a return off of it, but it might not get the attention that it would if you would have self released it and done some fucking fire promo for it.
Yep.
Like you got to be on your promotion game. Like everybody likes to say that when you're a producer, you're not a promoter. That's
You're everything.
further from the. You have to sell yourself if you want somebody to
Start
pay.
selling. Yep. Yep.
Like it's sales job. You,
Not even just that, sorry, not even just that, but if you like at the beginning stages of this, no matter what level you're at, if you want someone to manage you, if you want someone to, you know, you have
mhm,
to show them that you're able to do it. Like you're more than capable of putting in the work to do this stuff, but now
exactly.
you're at a level where having help would benefit you.
exactly. Like a lot of my manager friends have said when they're looking for potential artists to pick up, they want to see a history of the artist being able to self manage.
Yep.
Like, if you can't self manage yourself, how are you going to take somebody else's direction and use it in a
Beneficial way. Yeah.
progressive,
No.
actually a productive way? Like,
It's almost impossible. I had someone that I was working with that I'm still friends with them and stuff, and I completely realized why everything happened. But like I was gonna work with him and he was gonna manage me in an aspect, and I wasn't ready. And he didn't even tell me anything about he didn't even say that I wasn't ready. We both just realized that I wasn't ready yet. And so it's just like, and at the time I was in my ego phase, so I took it a little butthurt and I didn't talk to the person for a while. And it's just like, you know what I mean?
yeah, I get it, dude. I
Once I
hear it.
realized that I was being an idiot, like you gotta just it all runs back to the ego.
It
Like
does.
like
Because
the
you're going to hear no way more time,
then you're
way
gonna hear yes. Yep.
more than you're ever going to hear yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just part of
Mm-hmm.
the industry. It's how you grow.
It's 100% how you grow. Don't be afraid to send stuff to labels. Don't be afraid to send stuff to people. Now, be smart
Exactly.
about how you send stuff to people. Don't just send stuff to people. Converse
It's
with
like
them. Build a rapport.
this. You mind giving an ear on it? And nine
Yeah.
times I'll say, yeah, sure, send it my way. I love to listen to music.
Most of us do. Like people forget that we're in the music scene because we love music. Like it's
Exactly.
just all about how you approach it. If you just send someone a link and then say, "Hey, can you check this out?" That's gonna make you look stupid. If you
Exactly.
say, "Hey, what's up? I hope you're having a great day," like, hey, if you have a minute, I would love to send you something. If you don't, like, obviously, no worries about that. I just figured I'd ask. Most 9 times out of 10, if they're not a douchebag, they're gonna be hella chill about it.
Yes. That 100%.
Like I've never like I and whenever and I get it. I've had people that reach out to me that are kind of newer in the scene that just want me to listen to their song, so they just like send me a link and then they say, "Hey, can you listen to this?" I will immediately I'll listen to it, but I'll tell them like, "Hey, this isn't the greatest way to approach it. You're not going to find people that are going to be nice enough to tell you this, but like just do this in reverse." like ask
Exactly.
me if I want to listen to something and then like say hello and then send the link. Even if you send the link before you fucking get the reply, as long as you ask them before you send it, it's going to look a lot better on your case because you're not just sending a link and then saying something.
Exactly. Like, you gotta, with me, you gotta build a rapport.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I love listening to music, but if you're wanting to show me your stuff, like, generate a conversation first. Like,
Mhm.
a
Takes a
person
couple seconds. Takes a
call.
couple minutes to have a conversation.
Exactly. It's only nice.
And it's the least you can do. Yeah, this person's about to give you their time to listen to your song. Like
Exactly.
converse
Like,
with them. What the
what,
fuck are they, a robot to you?
if you don't want to get to know your audience, like, why are you in the industry?
Right? Exactly. If you do exactly. How did you find bass music?
So, it was a wild, just weird coincidence, and I don't believe in coincidences ever. Give me 1 second. My camera's fucking up.
You're fine. Sometimes mine gets a little foggy. I blame it on the smoke.
Oh no, mine's getting laggy.
Oh.
Oh god damn, it's full on frozen.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Come on, OBS. Piece of shit.
Yeah, sometimes it does that.
Uh,
If anything, if the camera goes out, we can the end the last portion of blah, 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 blah. The finishing portion of this we'll just do like audio and then I'll put like some other shit on it. But
Okay.
either way, just to keep it going because we've had a nice little flow of conversation going here, and I wouldn't want to have to start over. But where did you grow up?
So I grew up here in Indiana.
Oh wait. Hold on. But don't answer that question. You were what I asked you. How did you find bass music? And you
Oh, how did I
actually,
find
yeah, you were
music?
gonna go into a story.
So I was going out with some friends to this little dive bar, uh, just for some drinks because it was a really dark time, and we just wanted to get some alcohol together. And then on the patio of this bar that we're at, I heard the music of our people, and I was like, "Hold up, wait a minute, is that dubstep?"
Is that
And,
dubstep?
and sure as shit, there's a little mini rave going on out there, and I was like, "Oh hell yes!" Then I started working with that team, and uh, it's no longer a thing. Long story short, the owner of that collective was a massive nut job, and ugh, never working with him again.
Is that
And
one way to describe it for sure? That is definitely one way to describe it.
I couldn't fucking love this scene anymore,
Same,
actually.
same. This seed, I found this seed in 2012, and I have just been fucking addicted since. I have
It
not
is
stopped.
man.
What?
I said it is an addiction, man.
Dude, it is 100% a drug. The moment like I can recall the moment I found dubstep. I was just like a fucking I was just getting out of high school. I was still watching people on YouTube that played video games, and one of my favorite people at the time, he did a video where all of a sudden this fucking music starts coming on, and I hate to say it, but it's I got the wow style, always been a foul chow, my guns go boom boom, and it was that sick firepower, and
Hell
when that shit dropped, my entire fucking brain melted and was just like, what am I fucking listening to? Ever like before that, the only like I heard like hard style and like I heard house music on TV and shit here and there, but like dubstep, I when I heard that for the first time, it was just like, what the fuck is this? I how I figured out it was called dubstep was I scrolled through the fucking comment sections of that video until I like I found someone say "Datsick Firepower" and I saw a comment that said, "Whoa, this is dubstep," and I was like, "Well, okay, so what is dubstep?" And then I googled that, and that was like the end of everything for me. So it's just like, yo, fucking, that's sick. I love to hear how people found out about it because you never, anybody that's super into this scene, they'll never forget the first moment they heard it.
hmm Like it's a truly magical moment.
It is, it
Think about
is, it really is. It's like, what the, for me, it was like, what the fuck?
it. Yeah, my life changed in like a whole.
And then yeah, oh gosh.
It,
So where did you grow up?
so I grew up in a little town here in Indiana called Plainfield. It's a small little hick town. Uh, 10 out of 10 don't recommend. It everybody knows everybody. Um, but now it's more of a bigger, small little hick town. It's awful.
It's growing steadily though.
Yeah. Um, but Indiana's been my home for all 26 years, almost 27. Uh, God, I can't wait to get out of this state.
Yo, I'm feeling the same way about California in some aspects because it is way too expensive over here.
Dude,
Like,
so
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's a nice in certain like ways where I have like I have the ability to have really good internet. Like stuff's all crunched together so I can go to like a McDonald's if I like like there's stuff really close, but like oh my god is everything so fucking expensive. I
Oh
know
god.
someone that's living in a closet for $1,000 for $1,000 or 1,500 a month, living in a walk-in closet. Yeah,
Oh,
that's expensive. But that's
well,
how did growing up there, like, was it, do you feel like it was, like, obviously in certain aspects from what you described would, I'd imagine to be boring, but do you think it was better off that you grew up in a more boring area rather than in like a per se New York or something?
oh, 1000%, yeah.
Okay,
One,
okay.
because like it gradually introduced me into a bigger world.
Yep. I feel like
I
people that get thrown into that shit, that's what creates anxiety.
do like it just. I mean, I got anxiety from a young age because my father and mother didn't have the best relationship, and he
No, that
was
comes into
out of
play.
jail. So uh, that really generated a lot of trauma. But it over time, life got better, and as I said, I was like introduced into this world slowly, and I'm glad I did because if I would have been born into this shit, I wouldn't have been ready for it.
I feel there are people being born into dubstep.
Yeah,
Dubstep producers have kids.
yeah.
Like,
The
ah.
There are a couple of
I'm,
kids.
I'm gonna have a kid at some point. What the fuck? I already told myself that my kid, as soon as they're old enough to talk, I'm gonna teach them how to make dubstep. Just to, not even because I want them to be a dubstep producer, but because I want them to like experience creativity and just
Yes.
having fun, and then I want them to take that and do whatever the fuck they want with it. Like
Absolutely.
if that means they're gonna like build Legos, I want them to go hard building Legos. Like I'm not gonna be the parent that restricts from finding the path because that is such a bad tactic and it always ends up throwing them into it, but in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
What is the hardest thing you've had to overcome in this scene with what you do, and what did you do
So the hardest thing I've ever had to overcome
so far?
that would be my ego. It's
Yo.
that's what we're gonna go back to because when I first started, I had this big old head about myself that I was the best and that nobody could stop me. And my friend Caroline put a very quick stop to that. She's like, "We are not having that. You say you want to be in the scene for the right reason.
So
Like
prove
you're
it.
really not showing that." And that made me think. And I'm like, "Yo, you're fucking right." Like I hate admitting that I'm wrong. Like that's just me.
No,
And
yeah, same.
like to be able to look from an outside perspective and realize that the ego is getting in the way. And as soon as I cut that shit out, I started doing bigger and better things.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, I'm not the best. I'm just a dude.
Yep.
I'm
The
doing,
moment the moment I realized that and I stopped fucking thinking that I was the shit and I'm doing everything right and everybody needs to just shut the fuck up. Like I was like, "Whoa."
yeah.
I can
It's
actually benefit so much from not being like this all the time.
right.
And I
Like,
still, sorry, what?
it's just crazy how much that small little ego can just really block a lot of opportunities.
It really can. And now I will say that there is a difference between like being confident in the
Yes.
stuff you post and the music you make and the path that you're on, and at least, so for instance, and like for an example, I have people that are like that are very curious about the way I go about some stuff at the moment,
Yeah.
and I am pretty confident about the way I'm going about it, and I'm not too worried about the repercussions of some of the stuff that I say. And it's just like some people have been saying that that's my ego getting in the way, and I mean, I hear it, but it's
It's
just like, I also, like,
body.
I'm willing to stand, like, I have enough, like, balls and heart to stand for what I say, and if I'm wrong, also admit that I'm wrong and grow from it.
That's all we ask for. And
And it's
that's
just like, you know what I mean? Another tip I want to give, I guess, people in the scene, if you have a slip up like I did, and I'm guess to refer to it's the the Skrillex post that people are gonna keep giving me shit for posting. Uh,
funniest goddamn post in 2023.
but what I learned from that post is, yes, that post was very fucking stupid of me, but it actually was very smart, because since I'm the type of person that isn't scared to reach out to someone if they comment on my post that's talking shit. Like, I benefited so much from that post, because most of the people that I reached, like, the moment they commented on my post and it was negative, I reached out to them directly and was just like, hey, would you like to have a conversation about this, or would you like to block me? And, like, I left it at that, and most of them either blocked me or they had a conversation, and at the end of that conversation, we, like, they might not have agreed, but we saw each other's points, and
Mhm.
they're cool with me still. So I didn't lose a friend because of it. So it's just like, you know
That-
what I mean? For people that slip up on Facebook, don't freak out and think that that's the end and now you just lost all the people that hated on you. No, reach out to them, DM them, see what happens. Like,
mhm.
people are human too.
Social media ain't real.
Yeah, so, like, social media is not real. The post, it's real, but it's not. The people on the other side of that screen are real, but the hate comments that they post on your post are not necessarily them. If you reach out to them in the DMs and have an actual conversation, I'm pretty sure the conversation is going to go a lot better than, I guess, I want to say like 80% of the time, because a couple of the people I DM'd were just like fuck off and blocked me, or like,
Yep.
wow, you're crying so hard about this post that you had the, like, you want to reach out to me in the DMs. I got a couple of those. But I mean, what can I do? I just let them laugh for a second, and then they blocked me and I move on.
Yep.
Like,
You gotta
the
do what you
people freak out when they lose 10 followers, and I get that for the people that are
do.
just starting and they're new and they only have like 80 followers. But don't even worry about that. Don't worry about the numbers. No matter how fucking far you're into this,
On
don't
your numbers.
don't fucking worry about your numbers. It's
When
legitimately a waste.
numbers don't mean a damn thing.
Yep.
When you start to consider management, that's when you need to start worrying about numbers. Like once you have a solid production, actually, I'll
Solid
say that.
production. Once you have a solid production, a solid idea for what you want to do with your brand, and you've already figured out a path that you want to take to do it, that's when you need to focus on your numbers. And also, a thing I would suggest to artists is look at your SoundCloud analytics and go to the countries and states that you're in, because that's what if you're going to reach out to a manager or like a person that's going to, like, a booking agent, that's what they're going to want. They're going to want that information.
And if you're on Spotify, those numbers do not lie.
Yep,
Like
at all.
the Spotify numbers are what most labels
Oh,
and
really?
agents and management look at. Yeah.
Oh, well, then I'm
If,
fucked,
if,
because I need to
if
get my Spotify game up.
if they are Spotify artists. Like I'm just saying, if you are a multi-platform artist and you also post on Spotify, those numbers, those monthly listeners are
Mm-hmm.
1000% genuine.
Yep.
Those will not lie. Whereas SoundCloud numbers are wild.
Yep. SoundCloud numbers are completely random.
Hmm.
Like, just because you have, like, for instance, I have, if I look at my analytics and go to, like, states and countries I'm in, I'm all over the fucking place. I can hit up an agency right now and be like, hey, yo, guys, check this out. I'm like, I got thousands of views in this place, thousands of views in this country. Like, let's go. Let's get me going. But the reality is a lot of those views were probably people that like heard the song once and then like, moved on to something else and didn't
Yep,
even know who the fuck my name was. And
exactly.
it's just like, once I realized that, I was just like, oh, okay, cool. But so Spotify is what is the move now. Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna advocate for Spotify in
I don't.
any way
I wouldn't either.
or
But what I mean is, as far as like getting legitimate like numbers and knowing like if that does make a lot of sense.
that's how you can really better connect to your audience.
Yep.
Is also cross posting onto that demonic app.
Yep. I fucking hate
Which,
Spotify, but
speaking of, they're talking about adding a new feature where for lower royalties they'll give you better positioning in the algorithm.
for lower royal,
Yeah, lower
god
than
damn.
0.004 cents.
Not only are we fucking you without lube, but we're gonna fucking cut your dick off while we do it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Like,
pay you an
Jesus
exposure upfront.
Christ. That like we're at that point we're just gonna owe them money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? At a reduced royalty rate, we'll give
What's
you
up?
better.
Called discovery mode.
That is, oh my god.
That's why I just when it first started, yeah, Spotify was pretty fucking lit. I'll agree, but now it's just become a bastard.
Yeah. Yo, Space Daddy Elon, buy Spotify, please.
Do what you're doing to Twitter.
Do what you're doing to Twitter with Spotify, please. Just buy that shit. Fucking take it the fuck over. Get us our royalties. I want $1 per view. No. um please though,
Oh no.
Elon. No, but that question what is I'm trying to rephrase this conversation to fit you.
Oh, you're good.
What is a reply an artist has given you that has made you feel good about what you do with this label you're working with, Corrosive?
uh, let me go pull it up real quick. Let's see here. It just happened the other day.
Also, while you're thinking on that, the next question is what is a bad one that like was like what the fuck?
I
So
haven't had one of those yet.
good. That's what I want to hear.
That's the key with that one. Like, you gotta know how to talk to people in this industry. That's really
100%.
what it is. But the best one, let's see here. Coming up to it. Jesus Christ. I talk to him a lot. Such an email. I scrolled too far. Oh wait, no, it wasn't this one. God damn it. I'm actually gonna go with yours. Cause
Hey,
like,
what?
yeah, you. Um, scrolling up here. Gotta go through the thread.
I'm a talker.
Yeah, thank you so much for this. I appreciate this chance and the love. This is legit what we need in this scene, not gatekeepers and snakes. It's such an overlooked thing in the scene. Like, it really is, because a lot of these labels and agencies have lost the art of being an actual genuine human.
Yep.
Like, they don't know how to be not, I don't want to say kind to everyone, but be better people to people.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, that's what we are. We're all people, and we let our ego cloud our judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's honestly where a lot of people really fuck up. They just need to make better judgment calls.
I had got a sample pack recently that had vocals in it, and one of the vocal samples in it said ego death, and I immediately was like, I'm putting that in every single fucking song I make from now on because we need to kill ego in this fucking scene. So like
It,
people that listen to my songs, you're gonna hear ego death in every single song. Cause like it's the year we need to just kill egos. Everybody, just drop
it's,
it. Like be humble.
everybody just needs to eat an eighth.
Like yeah, yeah. Eat an eighth of mushrooms and just chill out. I'm not gonna do that because my stomach, but like last time I ate mushrooms, I did not have a good time. I was just throwing up a bunch, so I was just like, I'm gonna
Oh,
cool off
dude,
of these until I'm a little bit older.
I grind mine up and I put them into little capsules.
Oh yeah, see, I just fucking swallowed those. See, I took caps and I like cut the caps up into small pieces and I swallow them like pills.
See, my body has an interesting reaction to the mushrooms. It doesn't want me to eat them.
Neither does mine. I don't think anybody's body wants them to eat the mushrooms, to be completely honest. Like to be fair, I don't. Yeah, because we're eating a fungus. Like
What it is? It's
sl-
saying, "Oh,
it's
this is
low
bad."
key poisoning us, but they were fun. Nah,
They
but I
are.
definitely suggest, like, especially people that have a huge ego problem, even borderline narcissists, like microdose. If you already do mushrooms, microdose that shit.
Yes.
I mean,
Or-
you might find yourself be a little bit less of a douche, and also get a therapist. I think anybody in this fucking scene, especially if you have
Yeah,
health care or if you have the money to do it, if you have a job full time and that job
my
provides health care,
therapist.
you have a card that has your healthcare provider like number on it. Call that number and find out if you can get a therapist. You might have it provided with you.
I do. I get mine provided through my full time.
Yep. See, so it's just like you know what I mean. If you're capable of having a therapist and it comes with the your medical, do it. You're in the scene. You even if you don't think you need therapy, like having someone to talk to about shit that's they're not even in this scene. They're not like they're a professional. You're gonna benefit so much.
Because like I am tired of seeing artists dying.
Yep.
Like
Same.
it,
Same.
it it's awful because
Same.
you'll never see what their production could have been.
Been or who they could have become.
Exactly.
Like
And so
especially like I'm
grow.
terrified. Like, sorry, what?
I want to see all of you guys grow.
Same. Like I hate to even bring this name back up, but like, and I'll start with what Datsik did was horrible. You know what I
Oh yeah.
mean? But like, I obviously when everything first happened, I was worried that he was gonna kill himself because it was just like you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot for someone to handle, and a lot of people there might even be some people today that feel like maybe he should have or you know what I mean that hate him so much that they're gonna
But
have
nobody
that mentality, but
he
like
deserves to pay for what he did.
he deserves to atone, but like I feel like I would wish that people could change. Now
Yeah,
I'm gonna say flat out I don't think Base Nectar should have a chance.
he shouldn't. He should not. There's too
What he
much.
did, yeah, what he did or accused of or whatever the fuck, no. But like
Just he's a no go. I there.
and I'm not saying that to justify what I think that sick did because I don't
Oh yeah.
justify what he did whatsoever. I don't want people to hear this and say like and clip that and be like or they probably will anyway, but I don't want that to become the discussion. So if people do clip it, hopefully people can come back to that clip and hear this part.
Right.
So hi people that have brains. Who are your inspirations in the industry or who are your inspirations industry and personal?
So in the industry, there's a few people. Oh, there's Jared Oppenheim from the Gradient perspective. He is a beautiful, wonderful, amazing person. I fucking love him. He is uh, one of my biggest inspirations as in the label side of things, um, because what he has built is just beautiful. The team he has is fucking amazing. One of the best in the industry.
Hell yeah.
Uh, Another one would be Caroline Base Mama. She pushes me every day to be better, and I love that about her. Um, and she's also taught me a lot about how to handle artists and deal with them and deal with my own personal emotions
Yep.
and how to knock that ego down. Um,
Oh, that's what I was gonna say when you first brought her up. It's always good to have someone on your team. Producers, have someone like if someone tells you how it is, don't fucking not be friends with them because they do that. You
never
need
get
someone
rid,
around. Sorry, what?
never ever get rid of that person.
Yeah, keep that person around because you need someone that's on your team that is gonna fucking shit on you every once in a while. Now, like like I have a personal friend that I hang out with that happens to do that. When I have a good song, he tells me I have a good song. The other time, one time he was over here and I was making a song, and I took my headphones out to show him it through the speakers, and he was just like, "This drop isn't it." Like you've made way better than that. And I was just like, okay, thank you. Like fucking I needed to hear that because I thought this shit was hot. But if you think that I've made better, then let me restart this shit. So
Exactly. Like
don't
you
be
need
afraid to listen to that.
everybody needs that person.
Yep,
Like it's not just that they're a no person, it's that they're gonna tell you, they're gonna agree with you when you're right, tell you when you're wrong, and help you fix it.
yep. You don't need a bunch of yes people.
Exactly. Those are the worst, those are the most toxic people that have in your life are the yes people.
Yep, yep. They're 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 good for their own merits, but like if you have a bunch of yes people around you, which is impossible not to, you
Yeah.
need to have a couple of solid like, hey, fuck that, because
Yeah.
like you know what I mean. If you send it to all the yes people and then you send it to the fuck that and that person picks apart your tune, now you actually have a way to progress. If you have nothing but yes people around and you send it to them, then you're just going to release that song and now you're going to be wondering why like every single release you have is not going anywhere because you're not progressing any, because whenever you send people a track they tell you, "Oh, this is fire as fuck," and you release
Mhm.
it. And I was stuck there for so long.
Oh yeah.
And it's horrible.
Oh,
Hmm?
you got to help your homies grow, man. Like,
Exactly.
got to give
Exactly.
the input they need. Don't just say, "Oh, this is so fire. Release this." No, like if it's dull, let them know
Yep.
because it's
Exactly.
grading to their career.
I also ask what they're going for before I even give any advice, because some people, especially if I'm listening, and I hate to even bring this genre up, but if I'm listening to rhythm, like if one of my homies send me a rhythm track, then I immediately ask them, like, are you completely satisfied with this track and you're just trying to get my reaction, or do you want me to give you any advice on like what I would do?
That's a
And like that's exactly what I ask anybody, because it's just like, you know what I mean. If they're not looking for advice, I don't want to give it.
thing. Like there's a time when an artist wants advice and a time when they think, "Yo, this is fire. What do you think?
Yep,
Should I?"
exactly. And most of the time, if they're on that mentality, they're not going to listen to you telling them that the kick isn't good.
Right.
They're just going to be like, well, fuck you then. Like, you know, you heard the kick, right? I used to tell that to people. People would tell me that my kick or snare was bad, and I was like, well, you heard it enough to be able to tell me it's bad, right? So that's a good sign. At least, right? It used to be I can't hear your snare. Now it's your snare sucks. Progress.
Love
what,
it.
what do people most misunderstand about you?
Um, that I'm a pushover. Like I am not
Yeah.
by any means a pushover. I do have my limits, but for the most part, I'll do everything I can to ensure that what I'm doing stays happening and that I'm a permanent fixture at wherever I am. Because like I will fight and die for my position. Like I love where I'm at and I would never give it up. Like people constantly misunderstand that I'm so nice that I can't defend myself or something like that. Like, nah,
No,
I'm
no.
so. And
Same, same.
I've had to
I'd rather fix it with words, but if we can't,
exactly
we
same.
can't. We can't.
Sometimes
Like, you know?
it's words, but I love what I do at the end of the day, and I like being nice, and so I stay being nice. Like I haven't had to yell at anybody yet, ever in
Yo,
the scene.
same in the scene. I've had to okay, never mind. I've had to yell. Um, but it was mainly just heated debates, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm out like day 3 of a music festival that I'm working, and I do say some things sometimes, but actually, that's the thing. I sometimes what I say gets misconstrued.
Same. Way too much.
Yeah, like I don't mean to sound like a dick sometimes, but my brain can't make the words right, so I sound like a dick.
That also comes back to the spectrum.
Yeah,
I think I'm the same way. I've found, especially with women, I've found out that I like over my in my last relationships, I was always like they always told me I'm way too direct, and I'm just like, well, I thought you guys want honesty, right? Like, isn't honesty and directness what you want? And they're like, but you're like it's all about the way you approach it. And I'm just like, I never understood that. But the moment I got diagnosed with being on the spectrum, I was like, well, shit. Maybe am I being way too direct and not even noticing it? And like they've been trying to tell me this whole time. But so yeah, I also definitely feel like I have that problem of coming off like a dick, and I try to tell people, especially when I tell people whenever they meet me, like don't be afraid to tell me if I'm coming off like an asshole, because one, I'm not gonna be offended by it, and two, I will 9 times out of 10 apologize for you know what I mean. Like I'm not an asshole, so if I'm coming off like it, I want to correct it and I want to apologize for making you feel like I was being an asshole or for you know what I mean?
same. And a lot of people would say that's gaslighting, but it's not because we are semi-autistic as fuck.
Right? And it's just like what the fuck? Like I don't know.
Like, sorry, like it's not gaslighting. My brain just doesn't work at the same pace as yours does. Like it's different. All right, everybody's brain is built differently.